Well, good morning. Ooh, you guys, don't mind me. It's like 105 degrees over here, so my apologies. Good evening to all of you out there. My name is Danielle with High Altitude Yoga. Tuning in with Yoga Moves Us this evening to do a myofascial release and yoga class. My husband just informed me it's 100, so sorry, I was bragging a little bit about the temperature out here, but let's just say we're doing hot yoga for the second week in a row. That being said, I'm so excited to have you here, and we're going to do a very simple myofascial release, continuous flow movement class today. So what that means is we're going to build up a little bit, maybe heat in the body, and try to follow 1 or 2 breaths per movement. So kind of keep the body moving, flushing, and we're going to do all of it today with the most simple prop known to man. So my point today in doing this is that you can fit myofascial release into your daily routine with some very simple tools. So all you're going to do is take a dish towel, with or without a washcloth, place it in the middle of your hand, take your little balls up, one or not if you don't have it, ball this up instead, clasp it in your hand, and then I want you to take a rubber band, hair tie, a pony, and give it a couple of twirls. Okay, you've seen this before in my class. Here's a little close-up for you. Okay, it looks like one of those little Tootsie Pop Halloween ghosts. Okay, and this is all we're going to use today. That doesn't mean you can't invite some other props to the party, but this is what we're going to use today so that I am fairly reassured that just about anybody can do myofascial release, because we don't all have extra golf balls, tennis balls, lacrosse balls, rad rollers. We don't always have all those props, even rolling pins. If you're not a baker, you probably don't have one at home. So we're going to do this today, okay? We're also going to use our own bodies to do this release. So with that being said, grab your water. I'm going to grab mine. Stay hydrated, and let's get moving today, okay? Place your prop within reach of your mat. Simple when it's just a little thing like that. Go ahead and come down into a child's pose. We're going to take a couple of breaths right there to get started. So go ahead and kick back, toes together, knees wide. Let the hips fall back. Let the arms stretch long. And tap your forehead or make ice cream cone fists. And let your forehead rest on your fist. So forehead to ground or forehead to fist. Take 3 big deep breaths right here with me. Big inhale. Fill up the belly. Expand the ribs. Expand the chest. And big exhale through the mouth like you're fogging up a mirror. Again, inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. One more time. Lift the front and backs of the rib cage. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Okay, now take 2 more breaths right here, but this time I want you to keep the lips sealed and constrict very slightly the back of your throat. Inhaling. Keep the lips sealed. Exhale. Another one just like that. Inhale, breath. And exhale, breath. Take a couple more on your own. This is the breath we're going to use throughout our practice today. I like to think of it as a hot breath, a victorious breath, sort of singeing away the day, making space for just you and your mat for the next hour. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Good. From here, go ahead and come up, take a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, bring the knees right underneath the hips, and then go ahead and sit back. Now the toes are going to stay tucked right here, but not for long. You'll have the option to flip them back underneath. Okay? Take an inhale breath, reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, drop the left palm down and let the right hand rest on top of your head. Inhale, tall, exhale, head moves. We don't pull, the head moves in the opposite direction. So right ear to right shoulder. That arm on top of your head is adding a little extra weight. Take an inhale here. You can always drop this top arm. As you exhale, push the heel of the left palm down toward the ground. One more time. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Inhale, come up, reach the arms all the way up. Maybe untuck the toes at this point. And exhale, sit back again. This time, left arm on top, right palm down. Inhale, tall. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, breath. Push the right palm down, exhale. Inhale, reach high, come up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart. From here, relax them by your side, shake your arms out, and twirl them side to side. Okay, not really a traditional yoga move here, but I want you to check in with your torso. Okay, low back, mid back, upper back, and see how you're feeling right here. Do your hips have to move with you when you twirl? Is your back a little tight, or can you keep the hips centered and initiate a little bit of a gentle twist, base of spine to top of spine? One more breath right here. Good, and then pause at center. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, right into a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Toes can stay untucked or tucked, your choice. On the next inhale, come forward, stay on the knees. Exhale, drop the chest and the hips down. Hands stay by the ribs, separate the inhale, pull the elbows back, lift the chest, engage the back. Look forward and then down. Take another breath right here. Exhale, breath, lower down. Inhale, high to tabletop. Exhale, keep the arms long, let the hips sink back, and then puff up the palms of your hands, just like you have a couple cupcakes underneath your hands and you don't want to squish them. Inhale, back into that tabletop. And exhale, lower back down. Elbows back, separate the feet. Inhale, peel the chest off. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. This time, inhale, come all the way up. And then as you exhale, sit back, lift the arms, and inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Good. As you exhale, drop the right hand to the back of your leg, and then take a big inhale, sweep the left arm up and overhead, little lean back. So I'll show you this from the front. Inhale back through center. And I'm going to show you this from the side. So my hand's going to reach for the leg, and on the next inhale, right arm sweeps up and overhead. Now you have the option to reach for the heels or the calf. It's just whatever feels good to you. So we're opening up the front side body. Good. Don't worry, we're going to do this a couple times. So just be forgiving with your body. Okay. Inhale back into tabletop. Exhale, arms move forward, lower all the way down. Hips, chest, elbows back, flip to the toenails. Inhale, peel the chest off. So we added on to that sequence a little bit. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up, tabletop. Exhale, back. Palms puff up, chest drops. Inhale, all the way up to tabletop. Exhale, sit back on the heels. Inhale, come up, reach the arms up. Exhale, breath. Right hand reaches for the heel, the calf, or the back of the leg. And then on the next inhale, sweep the other arm overhead, just like a big windmill, or think of like a cowboy in a lasso. Lean back, hips forward. Take it as deep as feels comfortable. Inhale, swirl the arms back around. Reach for the other leg. Exhale, this time right arm overhead. And a big inhale to pause right here. Exhale, back to center. Drop the hands to tabletop. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, lower down. One more round just like that. Inhale, peel the chest off. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, come up. Inhale, big swoop and reach. Exhale, circle around like that lasso. And big inhale, right arm reaches back, hips forward. Open up the chest. Good, inhale, back around. And then set it down. Stay in your tabletop this time. Okay. Reach the right hand forward. extend the opposite leg back. Option to keep a toe tapped onto the ground right here. In fact, let's all start right there and just give that heel a little push. Check in with the calf. And then maybe float it at this time. Drop the left hip so it's even with the right. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend it. Remember, you have the option to just tap the toe and stay here. Exhale, crunch it in. One more time, inhale. Exhale, tap it in. Inhale, reach it out nice and long. Bend the back leg, capture the foot into your right hand. Push into the left palm. Inhale, kick into the palm of that back hand. Gaze forward for 3, 2, and inhale. Lengthen back out. Good. As you exhale, just set the hand down. Take this lifted leg, bring it out to the side. Okay? And then placing the right hand down, take the left arm, swoop it overhead. So similar action to what we just did. Okay, but we're in a side plank type position. Again, I don't have any props here, but if you have one and you want to prop it under the bottom hand, take that option right here. One more breath. Hips move forward, but at the same time, I want you to lengthen your tailbone right here. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up, reach the arms high. And as you exhale, drop the left hand to your leg, take the right thumb, okay, and push it into one of your intercostals. So find your rib cage and find a little soft spot in between a couple ribs, okay? I like to be back a little bit more, so really kind of like right back here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, little push, and then bend to the left. Again, inhale, upright. Find a new spot. Follow your own breath. As you exhale, just a little push, and then lengthen. Okay, so coming into really our first myofascial release technique right here. Inhale back to center, trying to open up this side body right here. Find a spot. As you exhale, little push and bend. Okay, it's called the pin and hold. And then we find some movement, some lengthening through that muscle. Inhale, find another spot. Exhale, little push. Lengthen. Let's do one more time. Back to center, find a little spot. Inhale here. Exhale, little push, lengthen. Ooh, yeah, that one's good. Good. Inhale back to center. Release the arm as you exhale, big stretch. So hopefully getting a little more movement now through that right side body. You can even cradle the head if that feels better. Continue to lengthen the tailbone, so pull the belly into the spine for 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back. Cartwheel the arms down. Shoot the left leg back right away, and then cross the left shin over the right calf. Inhale here. Exhale, sit back. Second myofascial release technique right here. We haven't even used our prop yet, you guys. Inhale back to center. Exhale, down a little bit, and sit back. You know, I might be moving a little faster or a little too slow for your particular taste, depending on if you find a spot that you want to hang in. If that's the case, stay there a little longer. If you found a spot that's not really up your alley, I want you to move around a little bit. So there's no exact science right here. I'm kind of bouncing a little bit up and down my calf. Okay, I've done a lot of running over the last few days, and so my calves are hurting so good right now when I do this. So I kind of don't want to stay in one spot for too long because it hurts. Good. Okay, try to keep your shin away from the back side of the right ankle. It's a little tender back there. And then take one more turn. And then come on back up. Slide the right knee into the arch of the left foot, and then just give it a little massage right here. Okay, if the knee doesn't quite reach back there or this isn't working for you, you can always cross the shin back here and sit back and do a little bit of that. I find the knee to be the most effective unless you're just going to give yourself a foot massage. Okay, this takes the place of standing on a tennis ball. So if you'd rather go to that option, feel free to do it. Give me one more breath right here. And then back to center. Good. Let's take a cat-cow. Inhale, let the chest lift. Tailbone lifts. Open round. Let the chin drop, hang the head. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Good, one more. Inhale. Exhale. And then take the left foot, step it forward. Good, really nice, okay? Don't worry, we'll get the other side. Don't fret. Take an inhale breath, reach the arms all the way up right here. And as you exhale, drop the right hand down, lift the left arm for a twist. Option to tuck the right toes and lengthen through that back leg. Good, big inhale breath right here. And then as you exhale, go ahead and drop the right hand down. Scoot this front foot over just a tad so it's wide on the mat. Take your hands to the opposite corner, let the hips sit back, down dog lunge. So arms are lengthening to the right, hips are lengthening to the left. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath here. Inhale, keep walking the hands all the way over to the long edge of your mat. Say hello. Take a wide fold. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, runner's lunge to the back of your mat. Drop down to the left knee. Inhale here, lift the chest. Exhale, shoot the hips back, half splits. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, runner's lunge. Plant the hands as you exhale. Right away, shoot the right leg behind you. Drop the hip, and then tap the toe on the ground. Push through the heel. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Stay here or lift the foot. Lengthen through the left arm. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tap it in, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap it in. This is your last one. Inhale, lengthen, bend the right leg, capture the foot in the left hand. Push through the right hand, stabilize the right shoulder, and then kick up and back into the palm of your left hand for 3, 2, look up, and 1. Slowly release, lengthen. Left hand comes to mat, right foot steps over to the side. Left hand down, right arm reaches overhead. So again, remember that motion that we had at the beginning of class, doing the same thing here in that side plank. You can always come up to the tips of your fingers right here, or grab a prop. Take one more breath, shoulders melt down the back. Pull these front hip bones, your ASIS, up. Good, inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, right hand to leg, left thumb. Find a spot in the intercostals between the ribs. Okay. Once you've found that spot, take an inhale breath. Exhale, little push, and then lengthen. Inhale, back up. Exhale, little push, and lengthen. Inhale, back up. Exhale, little push and lengthen. So same thing goes here. If you find a spot and you want to hang in it, please feel free to do so. Okay, you're also getting a little ab workout at the same time here because we're using your abdominal muscles to stabilize. Try and soften a little bit, but not to the expense of your lower back. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, lengthen. We're going to take 2 more. This is 1 of 2. Inhale, back up. Last one. Exhale, lengthen. You guys, there are some quails walking like royalty across the wall of my backyard right now. I don't know what these are called. I think they look like crowns bouncing. Good, inhale, come back up, arms reach. Exhale, right hand down, left hand overhead. Big stretch. One more breath. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Find your tabletop. Left knee remains bent. Right knee extends and lifts. And then bend the leg. Right shin behind the left calf. So I'm going to flip my left toes under. Otherwise, this just feels a little awkward because then my calf is flexed and it doesn't feel so good. Okay, inhale up. Move your shin down a little bit. Exhale, sit back. So I'm going to show you guys this from a little bit of a different angle so you can see that I'm crossed back here before I'm sitting back. And just keep breathing into it. You can hold it for as long as you'd like. You can also control the intensity of the stretch, by just not sitting back as far. And make your way up and down the calf. So even if you're extra tight on one spot, don't just stay there the whole time. Hit some of the areas around it, because all that fascia is connected. Okay, if you don't remember what fascia is, your fascia is the saran wrap, the baggie around your muscles. And it gets really bound up with repetitive use. Dehydration can affect it, injury. Okay. Let's take one more spot. And we're going to move into the foot. So go ahead and come up, take your right knee, place it in the arch of the left foot, and just give it a little rub, a little foot massage. And don't forget to get both the bottom and the top of the foot, okay? Your toes need a little love too. You'd be surprised how many lines of fascia connect back in with the foot. I tend to get plantar. Have you ever had plantar fasciitis? Or shin splints? I've had them both. And doing some footwork as well as calf work has been the best thing for me. Because if I just do one, it doesn't do a whole lot for me. But if I do it both, and I feel it in my big toe, it's the weirdest thing, but that's where I feel it first. Good, go ahead and release. And that's because of where the fascia connects. And tabletop position, couple cat-cows here. You can tuck the toes under if you like. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath, scooping round. Inhale, breath. Exhale, scooping round. Good. Okay, from here, take the right foot, step it all the way forward. Okay. Inhale, breath, reach the arms all the way up. And on the next exhale, let's come into a twist. Left hand down, right arm up, maybe lifting the back leg or the back knee. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come down. Widen your stance through the right foot. So take it nice and wide across your mat. Hands to the left corner, hips to the right, down dog lunge. So hands and hips are moving in opposite direction. Big stretch here. Inhale through center. Exhale, wide leg fold. Hello again. Okay, lift the arches of the feet. Grab a hold of the elbows. Sway side to side. Yes, I realize that this is an interesting point of view for all of us. But let's just be real. We don't really care, right? Good, inhale back to center. And exhale, runner's lunge to the front of your mat. Rock and roll, take it to the top. Toes together. Inhale, hands to shins, look up, chest forward. So think up dog, chest, belly firm. Exhale, belly meets thighs, forward fold. Take your ball, your pretend ball, place it top of your mat real close, and inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Good, exhale, hands come to heart, place them on the hips. Take your myofascial tool right here, and all I want you to do is step on it. Okay, do that a couple times. So we essentially did this exact same thing with the heel of the opposite foot. We're not going to spend too long on here. Okay, step, step, step. Find a good spot, hold it there. Sides. Okay, the nice thing about working with softer tools is if you do have really tight calves, if you do have really tight arches, if you have to wear heels for your job and you've decided, hey, I'm not going into work, but I'm not giving up my high heels, props to you. You may not want to do something hard under the foot right away. Or if you're like me and you walk around barefoot all the time or in really, really bad flip-flops, this is money right here. Good. All right. Kick it to the top of your mat. Step the feet together. Lift the kneecaps. Drop the tailbone. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, breath, forward fold. Separate the feet nice and wide. Bend into the right knee. Extend the left arm up. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, switch sides. Left knee bends, right arm up. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, drop it down. Heel toe the feet together. Bend the knees. Inhale, sit back, reach high, chair pose. Exhale, breath, sweep the arms back. Interlace the hands. Inhale, stand tall, step the feet apart. Exhale, little bend, forward fold. Inhale, release the shoulders out of the ears. And then exhale, release the hands down to your mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, left foot back. This time, stay in a high lunge. Right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, open up into a twist. Lengthen through the back leg. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Arms reach back up. Exhale, open, warrior two. Lengthen the front inner thigh by pushing the right knee back. Flip the right hand up. Inhale, lengthen back into a reverse warrior. Cradle the head into your hands and lean back. Hopefully finding a little more length after we did that release. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lean forward, about like you're almost going to go into a side angle, but pause halfway. Bring the bottom rib cage forward. Tailbone extends toward the back heel. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, swoop it overhead, lengthen both arms. Inhale here, hold it. Exhale here, stay and twist. Inhale, back up, straighten through the front leg. And as you exhale, little lean back. Inhale, full lean back, reverse triangle, arms extended. Exhale into full triangle pose. Inhale here, lift the kneecaps. Exhale here. Drop the right hand down, reach the left arm long. Little twist, lengthen and lift the belly. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to hip. Bump the back foot halfway up your mat. Spin the toes toward the front of your mat. Back toes are mostly forward, but not all the way. Widen your stance a tad, and then pull your inner thighs back. So firm them back. Spiral them in. Good. Hips forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, pyramid pose. Good. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath here. So the nice thing about myofascial release, as I mentioned, the fascia surrounds the muscle tissue. And it doesn't just compartmentalize per muscle. So it sort of connects, if you will, a lot of the muscle groups in the body. So by stretching out the fascia in the feet, releasing maybe some of the tightness there, releasing some of that in the calf in those first few movements that we did at the beginning of class today, we may have a little more give in our hamstrings. I'm not saying it's going to be enough to feel the difference, but it might be helping. Your body might be thanking you right here. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Good. As you inhale, rock your weight forward, lift the back leg. Standing splits. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, breath. Bend the top knee, tuck it into the bottom knee. Exhale here. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, open it up. Inhale here. Think of your body as a little firework. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Tuck it in. Hold it. Maybe challenge yourself by bringing hands to heart and balancing for 3, 2, and 1. Open up. Big inhale. Exhale. Top leg comes behind the bottom leg. So your pinky toes are touching. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, walk the hands to the right, hips to the left, similar to that down dog lunge we did. But this time our legs are crossed. So we're hitting the iliotibial band. It's a band of fascia that runs from the hip down to the knee. It's really thick right here. And you might have heard of it with runners and bikers. You may have seen a foam roller at the gym, and it could be the only thing you know to roll with a foam roller, because you see a lot of people doing it. They roll their IT band. So here we're not quite so aggressive with it. We're giving it a stretch and hoping that some of these will help loosen it up. It's good to do some release on the surrounding tissues. Like I mentioned, everything is kind of connected around that area. One more breath. Exhale here. Inhale back to center, unwind. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up, reach tall. Exhale, hands to lower back. Step the feet slightly apart, thumbs in, fingers out. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lean back, look up. Inhale, back up. And exhale, soft bend, forward fold. Good. Heel toe the feet together. Sit into your chair. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fly the hands back. Fire up the triceps. Interlace the hands. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, forward fold. As you do so, you can widen your stance a bit here. Roll the shoulders out of the ears. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the hands down. Inhale, lift and look. Exhale, right foot back, left foot forward. Runner's lunge, back knee is lifted. Inhale, crescent A, high lunge. Exhale, swing the left hand back, right hand forward for a twist. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath here. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Push the front knee open, look for your big toe. Flip the palm. Inhale, reach back. And then cradle the head in the hands, lean a little more. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, halfway down. Belly firm, tailbone long. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, both arms extend. Hold it here, hold it. Inhale, breath, push through. Exhale, breath. Inhale, up, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, start to lean back, lift the front kneecap, and then big inhale all the way back into reverse triangle. Exhale to triangle pose. Lean, spiral the bottom rib cage forward for 3, 2, soften the shoulders, and 1, left hand drops down. Right arm swivels above the head, bicep to ear. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands to hip, bump the back foot halfway up your mat. Spin both toes forward, widen your stance. Inhale, lift. Exhale, firm the inner thighs back and forward fold. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath here. So we're staying here a little longer than some of those other poses because hamstrings, man. I don't know about you guys. I could do this stretch 5 times a day, and I feel like my hamstrings would still be bound up and tighter than a guitar string. You could probably play my hamstrings. They're so tight right now. Good. Pull the belly back. That's going to help overstretching of the lower back right here. Inhale, breath. One more exhale. Take one more inhale. And last exhale right here. I don't know if you can see it, but my front leg is shaking. Good. Inhale. Roll your way forward. Pick the back leg up and off the mat. Standing splits. Take one full round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, both knees bend. Tuck the top knee behind the bottom. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale, shoot them open. Little firework. Inhale, tuck it in. Exhale, open. Inhale, tuck it in. Exhale, open. Last one, inhale, tuck it in. Hold it here. Maybe hands to ground. Maybe hands come to heart. Balance for 3, 2, and 1. Standing splits. Inhale, breath. Exhale, right leg behind left. Pinky toes kiss. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk the hands over to the left. Hips move to the right. Iliotibial band, stretch, IT band. And breathe. One more breath. And maybe one more right here. Good. Hands back to center. Release the legs. Big bend in the knees. Inhale, roll up to standing. Reach nice and tall. Little lean back. And exhale, pull hard. Good. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, big forward fold. Maybe a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, look up. Keep your prop handy. And exhale, step back to a plank position. Right away, go ahead and drop down to the knees. And then lower down to the chest. Take your prop. Fluff it up a little if it got squished. And we're going to place it underneath the right shoulder. So if you want to come up for a minute and just get a gauge of things, I'm going to make a goalpost with my arm. You can do it with arm bent, so long as the shoulder and elbow are in alignment, or you can do it with the arm lengthened out. What I want you to do is find a spot not at the tip top of your shoulder, ow, but closer to your pec. Okay, so think the spot right below your armpit and over to the side. Okay, if you push into it, it's probably tight, because I don't know anyone who isn't tight here with all the texting and computing, if it's even called that anymore, okay, with a lot of this these days. Okay, so find a spot and then come back onto your belly. And we're going to leave it there. Here's another thing I like about working with soft props. You can always make your prop a little bit bigger, a little bit more firm. If you do have a tennis ball with you today and you want to grab a dish towel to wrap it in, that makes it a little more manageable. Okay, arm extends out, or you find your goal post. And then we're going to roll over left leg on top of right and lower the head down. Okay, and then if you are doing the goal post and you say, that's a little too intense for me, come back and do it with a straight arm. If that's still too intense for you, ooh, you guys, the quails are back. I think they're having a little quail party in my backyard, right? If it's still too intense for you, you can take this against a wall. It's essentially the same thing. So if you look at my body position right here and you go in a door frame on a wall, you can do the same thing standing inside the door frame with your arm up against the wall. And you don't have to do this with a prop underneath. I just like to add a little myofascial release to the stretch, because if you recall a couple weeks ago, we did some release in the chest with the block. And I don't know about you guys, but I went to bed that night, and for the first time in weeks, I was like, oh, I don't feel tight right here anymore. Okay, as a runner, a mom of twins, a cook, a crazy person, a swimmer, all those things, I'm always tight over here. So this is such a nice one. Get a couple more breaths. Last one. And then inhale back to center. Now, before we go to the other side, I want you to move the roller, okay, what our homemade thrifty roller right here, okay, and place it underneath your sternum. Okay, so that's this breastplate right here. Okay, if you think nipple line, it's about right in between. You can move it up a little or down a little. Okay, now there is a very thin layer of muscle here, but you feel, a lot of times you feel a lot of bone. Okay, even if you have more breast tissue right there or more muscle right there, it's not one of the meatier areas of your body when it comes to muscle. But there is some there. We're just going to give it a little release by just laying on it. And then similar to what we did with the shin on the calf, we're going to move our prop around and then lay on it again. So all I'm doing right here is finding a spot, adding weight, pinning and holding, moving it around, and doing the same thing. Okay. Now, if you do have a larger prop with you or a firmer prop with you, I highly encourage in this area coming up and doing it by hand or wrapping it with something soft, because there's not a lot of, it's a thin layer, I should say, of muscle right here and a thin layer of tissue, a thin layer of fascia. You don't have quite as much to block you from going bone right on the bone here. And you can even move it a little bit side to side to get some of that fascia around the pec area that we didn't get by doing that first move. You can even think about in terms of like, anybody else ever feel like your collarbones are tight? It's like the weirdest thing, but you have fascia that connects over here, that wraps over here. Okay, so we don't give this area a lot of love. It's good to hit it every once in a while. A lot of stuff in this area that we don't know about. We don't think about, I should say. And let's move, whenever you're ready, into the other side. Okay, so we're going to take our prop. You're placing it left arm, goal post or straight arm, your choice. You're going to place it in the pectoral area. So we don't want it right on the shoulder head. It's not super comfortable, but slightly inward. Okay. And then I'll show you from the other side. So once it's under there, goal post your arm, right hip rocks on top of left. And then head rests on the ground right here. And we're just going to hang here. And like I said, if it's too much, you can always lengthen the arm out. I do like to be even. I'm one of those people who like alphabetizes her spices and Royojiben. Is that right? Red, orange, yellow. You know what I mean. Color coordinates my closet, okay? So I tend to do the same movements from side to side, but that doesn't mean that it's the best idea. Okay, if you're working with someone who is one side dominant, which most of us are, then maybe they can go a little deeper on one side and not quite so deep on the other. So make those modifications as you need to. Okay, my class and any class you find here on Yoga Moves Us is the same way. Okay, you, do what you need to. Okay, expand your practice or modify as you see fit. Let's take a couple more breaths. Last one. And as you inhale, go ahead and come on back to center. Okay. Push up to tabletop position. Place the prop within reach. We're going to come back to that in just a few moments here. Inhale, breath here. And exhale to downward facing dog. Okay, so you might feel a difference already in your down dog because we've stretched out some of the tighter areas in our down dog, our calves, our arches of our feet, our hamstrings, so that whole back body is nice and open right now. We have hit some of these areas along the sides of the rib cage, so your intercostals, maybe even getting into the serratus muscle a little bit there. Okay, that muscle responsible for some of that push-up in down dog. And then we opened up through the chest, so our chest is not feeling so constricted, which is oftentimes pulling us into a rounding position in our down dog. Okay, so those few simple movements right there, again with a really easy prop, may even just help make this pose that's so common in yoga a little more accessible to us. Okay, and then from there, we're going to take a big inhale breath and sweep the right leg nice and high. Exhale, crunch the knee to the nose, and then step into warrior one. So start in a runner's lunge and spin that back foot flat. Take an inhale, breath right here. And as you exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. The nice thing about our prop is if your shoulders are still a little tight today, grab that prop between your hands. Inhale, push through the knife edge of the back foot, and exhale, bow down inside that front leg. Inhale, breath here. Relax the shoulders down the back. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Release the hands down. Inhale, open up warrior two. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight into the back leg. Bend it. Toes point toward the back of your mat. Right toes flip up. Stretching through the inner thigh of the right leg. Inhale, breath. Open up the arms. Left arm opens, right arm opens. And as you exhale, runner's lunge to the back of your mat. Good. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath. Shift your weight forward. Pick the back leg up. Woo! Into this Karate Kid position. So we're looking for bent knee, arms out, and then reach the arms up. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, figure four. Ankle crosses to knee, hands to heart, sit back. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, crunch the knee back up to the chest. Exhale, swing it back. Warrior 3, balance and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly step back, runner's lunge. Drop down to the right knee, wiggle the front foot over to the outer edge of your mat. Both hands to the inside. Inhale here, lizard pose. Exhale, crooked monkey. Take this left knee and let it butterfly open to the side so the hips can drop into this space. Okay, inhale here, right hand down. Exhale, twist toward that bent left knee. Stay here or reach for the back toes, similar to the move we did at the beginning of class. Again, really capitalizing on opening up not just the side body, but also having opened up the front of the chest right here. And maybe for the first time in a while, you've been able to reach for your foot. If not, don't worry about it. One more breath here. And exhale, go ahead and come down. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen the back leg. And exhale, step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg high. Exhale, tap it in, knee to nose. Step forward, warrior 1. Back foot spins flat, feet are slightly wider, just so that we can feel balance and really rock these hips forward right here. Okay, inhale, breath right here. Exhale, interlace the hands, option to grab your prop. Try the opposite hand on top this time. Inhale here, push through the knife edge of the back foot, and exhale, lower down. Okay, how low you go just depends on how you're feeling today. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Inhale, open all the way up, warrior 2. Exhale, settle into your warrior 2. Inhale, hands come to heart, shift your weight to the right leg, and then spin the knee open so the toes point to the back of the mat. Flip the left toes up, lengthen through the inner thigh. Take another inhale, breath, open up the arms for a twist. Exhale here. And then on your next inhale, spin forward, runner's lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Okay, this is awkward, but it's good because we don't come this way very often. So challenge what's normal in your practice right here. Knee comes up toward the belly, flex the ankle. Inhale, breath here, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands move to heart, figure 4, ankle crosses knee. Keep flexing that left ankle. Inhale here. Exhale here. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Crunch the knee back up. Exhale. Sweep it back. Warrior 3. Float. Fly. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Soft step back. Runner's lunge. Hands come to the mat. Widen your stance, drop down to the left knee. Both hands come inside the right foot. Inhale in your lizard pose. As you exhale, take the front knee, open it to the side. So we're walking onto the outside edge of the right foot. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, right hand to inner thigh of that bent knee. Stay here, enjoy your twist, or reach for the back foot. Taking advantage of a little release through the chest and the shoulders to come into this position. A position that, again, we may or may not always have access to. And if you don't have access to it today, don't worry about it. Okay, that's why you have the option to stop at the twist instead of the reach back. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and come back. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath. Lengthen through the back leg and step forward this time, and then sit back. Good. Here we're going to take some more myofascial release. So go ahead and rock all the way down to your back. Plant the feet down. And then come into a bridge without our prop to start out with, but keep it handy. Go ahead and lift up, scoot your heels in, and then pushing through the heels, lift the hips, and take one bridge right here, because we've done a lot of forward folding today, so let's open up the back a little bit, open up the front side body. You can stay a little bit lower in your bridge, or if you want more, push the knees forward. Okay, activate the inner thigh, so recruit those inner thigh muscles, don't let them get lazy, and then rock the shoulder blades in toward one another. Option to grab for the heels or interlace the hands for 3, lengthen the neck, 2, and 1, slowly lower down. Okay, stay in this bridge position, but what I'd like you to do is grab a hold of your prop. And we are going to come back into bridge, and then you're going to take your soft prop, maybe even make it a little firmer, a little bit bigger, and we're going to place it underneath the left glute. We're going to start on the left today. Okay, come on up. Find a spot on your glute, and don't worry about being too precise right here because you might be moving it. So just find a spot, commit, sit the hips back down. Take this left leg, butterfly it out to the side. And then you can lengthen the other leg. You can keep it here. And I like to keep mine bent when I have this nice soft prop so I can rock a little bit. So I'm going to show you that again. I came into bridge, found a spot on my glute. Okay, making my prop nice and tight. Sat back down and then opened up. Kind of like a half butterfly position. And then again, I'm using a little bit of rocking right here. And then if you're like, don't quite feel it, Danielle, not working for me, come back, lift, find another spot. If you're feeling it a little too much, you can do the same thing. Okay, and just explore. So sometimes we don't even know we have hot spots, tight spots until we move that prop around. And then you're like, ooh, I didn't realize that was tight right there. Okay, so if you recall, we did that figure 4 position, standing. So we've already sort of given this area a warning that we're going to be moving into it. We also did lizard. We did that crooked monkey. We did some movements in this area of our body. So we're not coming at it cold. But hopefully this will help us get a little deeper into that space. Okay, take a couple more breaths, and then we're going to move right into the other side. So we're not spending a ton of time right here. But now that you know the move, that's a dish towel and a rubber band. You can do this anytime. I suggest that you make a prop, find a washcloth, a rubber band, and a dish towel that you don't need on a regular basis. Make this and leave it. That way you always have access to it. Good, let's go ahead and switch sides. All right. So if you want to, you can hug the knees in, stretch that area out a little bit, and then move right into the other side. Lift the hips, find a spot on the left, lower the hips, butterfly that knee out. I'm going to show you from the other angle. This will be the last technique we have today before we move into our final pose of Shavasana. So we'll take about a minute here, maybe a minute and a half or so to explore. And then you'll have a little bit of time to take any additional stretches you need before you wrap it up for the day. So again, lift, find a spot, lower, butterfly open. And I like to do a little rocking sensation. Okay, one thing we haven't really shown in this class with this particular move is that you can take this from a figure 4 position and do your rocking from here. Now, if I have a taller prop, something that's a little bit more firm, or I'll do this a lot of times on a foam roller in a seated position. Okay, you can do this with a soft prop in a seated position. I just find that with a softer prop, you either have to do it in the seated position or in more of a butterfly position. Because I mean, personally, I need a little more intensity for the stretch. But if you need a little less intensity, you could back off to right here, and that might not put so much pressure on the prop. Again, a lot of this is just trial and error with your own body, and it may not be the same day to day. And don't forget, move it around a tad. We'll take just a couple more moments over here. And last one. And then back to center. As always, you guys can stay here as absolutely long as you'd like. Okay. We're going to move into a gentle twist for the body. If you have another position that you would like to take before we open up into Shavasana, please feel free to take that position. Otherwise, go ahead and hug the knees into your belly. Make some small circles on the back. Drop the feet down. Take right foot ankle over knee. And then I want you to twist over to the left. Okay, and I'm going to show you opposite so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm taking a figure 4 on my side into a twist, and I'm going to grab my ankle with my hand. If you have a different twist variation, you're welcome to take it. And then I'm going to take same hand, same leg, and push the knee open a little bit. So we're actually coming at the hip in a little bit of a different movement that's really accessible in a whole lot of other ways. I'll show you that one more time. Figure 4. Drop it to the sides like you're stomping on the ground. Hand to ankle. Other hand inside the thigh. Little push. Good. Back to figure 4. Close the knees. Same side. Take a twist. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale center. Second side. Figure 4. Step on the ground next to you. Hand to ankle. Take a little twist to start with. And then hand to thigh push. Two more breaths. Good. Okay, slowly release. Come back up. Plant both feet, knees together. Drop them to the same side. Take your twist. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale to center. And then as you exhale, release, open everything up. Thank you for joining today. Stay here as long as you can. And I look forward to practicing with you again very soon. Big thank you to Yoga Moves Us. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste.